So today I just wanted to talk about the messier side of growth and spiritual awakening that isn't super Instagrammable. Because yeah, sure, you are reaching levels of expansiveness and bliss that you've not experienced before. And as the pendulum swings, you reach everything that is in opposition to that and everything that needs to be worked through so that you can make this bliss state something that is more long lasting and not just like a glimpse. Like I remember when I was starting off in my healing journey, there would be moments of bliss that I would remember, and I would remember them for the year. It would be like, oh, that Shavasana, or that retreat, or this transformational experience, or this moment of bliss. And wherever it came from, they felt very finite. They didn't feel like they were something that I could be experiencing every single day. And I'm not saying that I'm living my bliss every single day. I live my bliss most days. And then in the days that feel less blissful, I know how to manage myself so that I can return to living my life from the frequency that I enjoy living my life from. So what actually happens when we begin to awaken? We begin to become aware of all of the systems and programs that we have been running off since childhood and just how they have been detrimental to us, because there is not a one rule fits all. For us as human beings, we're multifaceted, we're unique. We have our own set of desires and soul contracts that we came to this planet with. So what you need isn't going to be the same to what your sibling needs, and isn't going to be the same to what your best friend needs. And unless you had very, very, very self-aware, conscious parents, which most of us did not, the chances are that you were not met in the exact way that you needed to be met. And therefore, harm would have come from the approaches that you have learned. So awakening is all about becoming aware of those programs, those pillars that have got you to where you are now, and to acknowledge the positives of those things, the negatives of those things, what you wish to keep and claim as yours, and the things that you want to leave behind. And this unlearning process can be very difficult. It means you are being brave enough to reject that which is no longer serving you. But of course, those things may still be serving the people around you. So there will be a ripple effect of this. And so you will piss off people close to you. Not everybody is going to be happy with the changes in your attitude and how those changes of attitude ripple out into changes that you make in your life. Like, you are not going to be supported by everybody. So this is where boundaries become super important, because you have to know what your boundaries are, because people are going to try to push them. It's like all of a sudden you've been okay with being treated a certain way for your entire life, and then you're like, hey, I'm not okay with this anymore. Things need to change. And people will either meet you or they won't, or there'll be a process of them learning how to meet you. So we also need to learn to be patient with our loved ones and see the best in them and give them the opportunity for them to meet us. Because I think humans really do want to do the best thing. They just don't always know what that best thing is. And then they are having to think about what those things mean in alliance with their internal guidance system. And there are going to be conflicts, and there are going to be things that they have to work through themselves. But you give them an opportunity to elevate their guidance system, to elevate their ways of thinking too. And to be honest, anybody who is not willing to elevate their guidance system and to elevate their way of thinking may not be suitable for you in this next phase of life as you decide that you want more, okay? Because if you're deciding that you want more and you have people in your life that are triggered by that and actively working to hold you back, they cannot come. They can't come with you. That being said, there are going to be people in your life who want to see you do the best and who have their best interests at heart. And by you deciding that you're going to follow this life, that actually you inspire them and you give them permission to do the exact same thing. So it will be divisive. It will be divisive. And you need to trust in the process and be super unwavering with your boundaries, and trust that the right people will always be around you, and that you cannot bring everybody with you to this next level. And I think so many of us, and I see it happen, so many of us hold ourselves back because we're afraid of leaving people behind. We're afraid of letting our light shine super brightly because we don't want to be seen as too much. You know, there was a time in my life where I would probably be hearing myself speak right now and think, how dare she? How dare she be so audacious? And that is the process of setting yourself free, of choosing to believe that you are worthy, to feel bliss, and then removing the obstacles to bliss in your life. And the answers to those bliss blockers may not be exactly what it is that you want to hear. But if you have a commitment to expansion, to living your best life, to spiritual awakening, to more, and you have a commitment to that, your life is going to change. And you just have to be here for the process. You have to be here for the things that need to fall apart and fall away to make space for the things that are going to be so much better.